making the salt scrub today. This is the bowl that we're gonna put our stuff in. To make the salt scrub is really easy. I'm using this one that I got at mom's. That grocery store is like that beats all the other grocery stores for me. I'm making some for my friend and then I'm making some for me. Preferably like make sure you portion things right. Since most of the stuff that you're using is natural, it's not gonna have like any kind of side effects unless you're really sensitive or sensitized. Now we're gonna mix it. This smells really good. Don't mind this because this is just like Gorilla Glue, I think. I don't know. And you're basically like halfway done. I'm putting just enough to like kind of cover the surface area, but not like a thick layer. A tiny bit of avocado. For her essential oils, I'm gonna add some lavender. You wanna have more carrier oil than you're using with essential oils. Like the ratio has to be like 3:1. Just because of how concentrated the essential oils are, like if it's too strong, then it can kind of like cause irritation. I'm gonna put a tiny bit of lemongrass in it. And then this is my box with more essential oils. Yeah. Calm, which is an blend. And then just a tiny bit of sage. And then 3 drops of the Calm. That's fine. And then this brand is my favorite brand. When it comes to like any kind of like natural product, like essential oils or carrier oils. But it's kind of like, actually it's expensive. All you have to do is just mix it. You're gonna have to like mix it pretty good just to get like the oil to kind of like disperse because it likes to clump up. That's so good. Yeah. Don't put too much essential oils because also like the smell can be too strong and it can be nauseating if it's too strong. If you're planning on putting more oil than what you originally had, just make sure to keep mixing. And then at the end you can kind of like decide if you want to put more. Like this was good. Okay, so I'm just gonna add a little bit more of like the plain sea salt. Just kind of to balance it out a little bit more. Even though it looks like you're not using a lot, just a little bit goes a long way. You can just put like this little amount, you can just have it like right next to your sink and then kind of like salt scrub on your hand. Or if you put it in the shower, like this is really good like right before you shave. Or it's also good for your feet. Like it's just good for whatever you want, not for your face. I mean, it can be for your face, but you just have to be like really gentle, like just a tiny bit. This could probably, like if you mix it with a little bit of cleanser, so your cleanser and then just a tiny bit of this, like that would be okay. So that one's hers. So I just made like what I knew was gonna fit her the best, which is kind of like muscle relief, kind of like relaxation and stuff like that. And now I'm gonna make mine based on my concerns. Okay, so I like to reuse a lot of things. I just like to be considerate of my waste, which I'm not trying to call out people, but Americans are very wasteful. So now I'm gonna do the same thing. I have more herbs. Okay, I'm gonna get some marigold. Okay. Marigold is also really good for regenerating the skin and healing any kind of like wounds. I got a phone call yesterday after my nap, and it was someone that said that I knew them from high school. Mind you, I graduated in 2020. It's 2023, 2025. And they were like confessing their love to me. I was like, I'm sorry, who is this? And then they were so surprised that I didn't know who it was. Like they like they were like, you don't remember me? And then they started like describing them, like themselves. And then they were like, you remembered? And I was like, no, I'm sorry. Right before I was gonna hang up, they told me they loved me. I felt so bad. If you're watching this video, I'm so sorry. But he was like pretty cool. Like, I may not remember you, but you sounded like a nice person. So just maybe next time. And also don't wait 5 years to tell me this. Okay, so now the glycerin. You don't like that much oil, like you don't need that much oil. I think I went a little bit overboard with the oil. I'm gonna do rose and geranium and ylang ylang. Actually, instead of ylang ylang, I'm gonna do this one, which I think it's spearmint. So rose. And then if you don't know, like, so these are like oil blends which already have like a mixture of oils to kind of create the fragrance. And then this is just like one singular oil. This is good for mixing oils. If you are intimidated by that, you can already get the ones that already like come mixed. Now the geranium. And then now we're gonna mix them. Yeah. When you buy essential oils, don't put them around where like the sunlight is hitting them directly. And then also make sure to keep them away from the heat. You can use essential oils for anything. This book, someone gave it to me and it's from Amazon. If you're still mixing it and it's still bunching up after 5 minutes, that probably just means that you put too much oil in it, which is fine. You can either mix it with regular salt or specifically Himalaya salt or sugar. When you use sugar scrubs versus salt scrubs, it's different. The salt kind of gives you more of a like nicer glow. My sister comes in like 30 minutes. Okay, now we're gonna make the body butter, which does require more steps. I got this at Sprouts. The stove isn't connected. I can't use it. And this is like rock hard. So I'm gonna go upstairs, figure out how I'm gonna get this melted. And I was gonna put some beeswax. This is not the usual way I do this, but I'm putting this at medium, or I guess like a little bit higher. I filled this up halfway. I'm gonna put this over. Maybe this will work. Okay, I'm gonna try this way. Normally it's not this hard because the shea butter isn't like rock hard. I think this is gonna be like a 3-part video. Yes. Apple, say hi. Say hi. Einstein was like one of my cousins. Just because this is plastic, I don't want it to be directly in the heat, but we can't really avoid that right now. So, and it keeps flipping over. That's why I put that in there. Why are you eating my ice cream? Who said you can have my ice cream? Me. We're gonna make some quesadillas, so.
She's cooking plastic right now.
This is gonna be a 3-part video because now I'm cooking, so. Up, sit, down, gentle, be gentle. Okay, that's not gentle.
Sí, dijo que a través de la aplicación. Sí, mi amor, muchísimas gracias. Solo los puercos hacen eso. Ni siquiera deberías estar comiendo si te van.
Yeah, so this process is not supposed to be this hard. I don't know. But I like to get a spoon and just like scoop it and then just like dump it in here. And then, do you see the difference? This is what hasn't been whipped versus this that's like way creamier. This is also my first time putting aloe vera in here, and I'm pretty sure I didn't do that right. I was supposed to blend it. There's like aloe vera chunks in here. So this process is worth it like a million times. That's why I always do it. If you know what you're doing, it's not gonna be super messy, but it still requires a lot of work. I lost count of how many hours it's been. If this room didn't smell as good as it does, I'd probably be pissed off right now. If you think you know what this is, no you don't. Once I hit like a certain level of I could not care less, like I really just can't. While it was boiling, I was cleaning up the whole mess. So after this, I can just get into my shower and not even think about cleaning because it's already clean. How smart is that? I'm so smart. I've made Bali Butters before, and this is probably my worst one yet, but I really could not care less. So it's not supposed to look like this. Just for comparison, this is what it's supposed to actually look like. See, this is horror. Honestly, I think another thing is that I could have used way more oil, which is probably like why it's so dry. You know what I just realized? It's the beeswax. I just realized that I also used beeswax for the very first time, which is probably why the formula was wrong. So basically the beeswax stabilizes the consistency so it doesn't make it runny. I probably used way too much beeswax. Yeah, I used way too much beeswax. The good thing about this is that I can remelt it and I can just use it for my next batch. This is not in any way, shape, or form self-care. This is my first time messing up something in a while. I really don't know how I feel about that. So I'm gonna make another video tomorrow. Bye.